Hello and welcome to the Daily Meal for Sunday the 23rd of January 2022. Today's video, there's not a lot of news being published about Millwall today. There was some kind of couple of stories on the clickbait websites extrapolated from a very thin tweet by a geezer called Will Unwin, who basically said Millwall not pushing the sale of Jed Wallace to Nottingham Forest, so it's highly likely to be happening. So I didn't want to bring you that because there's not really much in it. It's just a very thin tweet. But so we're just going to jump straight into the stats video. And we're going to start with this. This is from experimental361.com. It's the XG, which expected goals, basically the chances you create over the length of the 90 minutes. As a line graph, and you can see here, we didn't do much attacking at all until Blackpool decided to shut up shop and try and defend their 1-0 lead. You can see here we had about 3 shots in the first half. They had probably 4 or 5. They didn't have a shot from about the 26th minute to the end of the first half. But at half time, they obviously said, well, the way they set up, they probably thought, well, we should be attacking more because Mill aren't doing anything up front. We've basically got them in our pocket, so it seems they come out second half all guns blazing, and you can see that in the orange line going bomb 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 bomb. And we had our very quiet period with flat blue line, basically means we didn't have a shot on goal, and very long one there until we had a couple of chances of quick possession. They had a couple of chances of quick possession around about the 70th minute, and then they decided, okay, let's shut up shop and play it easy. And that's when we started to come back into the game, but didn't manage to get that goal. Now the XG here, they give it as 1.4 to Blackpool, 1.0 to Millwall, and it's shame to say that Tyler Burry, who come off the bench with about, was it, he come on 58, so about 30 minutes left. So you only play 30 minutes, you had the highest XG for Millwall, 0.4. And basically that was it. He was the only one there. And you're thinking, why didn't he start from the beginning of the game? Now what does this mean? Now I show this graph every week in the stats videos, and I'm just showing you the Millwall one, so it's in isolation. What does it really mean? So I'm going to show you this one. Now that's our one there, and he does one for every game in all of the leagues, I believe. And this is basically what Gary Rowett is trying to do here. What Hull did to Bournemouth. So you see here, Bournemouth attack, Hull completely defending in that first half. They only had 1 shot in the first half. And then they come out, do a bit more defending, a bit of attacking, a bit of defending. They probably managed to nick a goal. I don't know if that was a set piece. I didn't even watch the highlights for the whole game. And then they end up winning 1-0, where they have no right to win that game. But here's the thing. Hull were playing away at Bournemouth. Very, very good side, Bournemouth. Up at the top of the table. We were playing away at Blackpool. There's no way we should be trying to. Our game plan should be defend. Try and nick a set piece goal. We're losing. Now bring on some attackers. Try and get it back to 1-1, and then we can defend, and get the point. That should not be our game plan at all. It's complete dereliction. So I'll show you, just showing you the Millwall game doesn't really tell you what's happening. I'll show you this one here, so you can see here. This is what I believe Gary Rowett's trying to do. Play massively defensive and try and nick a goal, usually from a set piece, which we did have a decent chance from a set piece from Murray Wallace. We flick on from Jake Cooper, just didn't happen. You can see here's 2 teams going at it. Bristol City, Cardiff City. Shootout. Both teams attacking. Ended up 3-2 to Bristol City. You can see here Derby doing the same, trying to defend. didn't really work out for them. Two teams attacking there. Ended up 3-4. And here you go, Luton. Luton again. Trying to play it coy. Bit of defending. Sheffield United made changes at half time. Boom. Full on attack. Luton only had one shot on target in the second half. They only had a little bit of XG up. So this is what he's trying to do. Defend away from home. Nick a goal. But we were away at Blackpool. Team that was, I believe, below us in the league at the time. And it's just, you've got to blame the manager. He's blaming the players, but me and many other Millwall fans are pointing fingers at the manager. So let's have a look now at this. So they give the XG as 1.17 to Blackpool, 0.56 to Millwall if you look in the middle above the red FT. So there you go. And it again, they score on 55 minutes. 4 minutes later, let's make the changes to try and get it back to a draw, because our game plan's gone to shit. Because our game plan was to defend, and nick a goal, keep a clean sheet, nick a goal, and that doesn't work when the opposition are not dysfunctional. It doesn't work. And not only that, when you're bringing players, when you're not doing a lot of attacking, the opponent's defence, they're not being put under stress for the whole game. Our defence is. So when you bring on the attacking players with 30 minutes to go, the opponent's defence have sort of the resources. They're not as fatigued. They're not as mentally drained as they could be, because they haven't been having to do a lot of defending. So it's not really ideal. So let's have a look at the shot map from infogoal.net, because this is very good. I like looking at this. So these are the goal attempts plotted from where they happened on the pitch. This is for the whole game. You can see here, Blackpool, quite a few, not many decent chances. The best chance they had, they didn't score from. So CGC Hamilton, 27%. I think that was probably the one that was that. No, I don't think that was that one. You can see here, the goal was a 10% chance of going in. Now let's look at Millwall. What was that? Looks like it's nearly half of what they had. We had one decent chance out here. That was Tyler Burry, and that was 17%, and that was in injury time. Murray Wallace, that was Murray Wallace set piece chance. Tyler Burry again, but literally nothing. Did these things here? They're so small, I can't even click on them. So Hutchinson there, Cooper. So again, defender Hutchinson. So it's Benicophobia there. This is not good. And was that a fair result? Yeah, 85.83 out of 100. That was a fair result. Of course it was. Let's have a look. First half, second half. So first half, look at that. First half, pretty much similar. But here's the thing. I would imagine we did a lot more defending in the first half. Second half, the manager did something, changed something. Their manager, not our manager. And they start going on the attack. And it's all, look where all the attack is. All their shots, all their chances. In the middle lane. In that middle lane. So they've obviously, the manager is not a fucking idiot. He's figured something out that can hurt us. Told these players to do it. And it's happened. What's our manager said? Just keep doing what you're doing. Because it's 0-0 and I like draws, so yeah, you're doing great. That's what it seems like from the outside looking in. There you go. There you go. Now let's move on to whoscored.com. So here's what happened. So attempts 14-9, so just under half, not nearly half, twice as much. 10-5 open play, 3-4 set piece. So yeah, we're trying to score from set pieces there. Obviously, one counter attack for them, none for us. So 14-1, 7%. So they're not that prolific. They just had a lot of chances because we're doing a lot of defending. They had to have 14 chances to get one goal. If we probably had, that's around our rate. If we have had done more attacking and had more chances, we probably would have got a goal as well. But you leave it too late. You only start attacking after you bring on the attackers after we're already 1-0 down, which happens time and time again. And here you go. So they're going down the left hand side, obviously trying to attack McNamara. We're going down the right hand side, probably trying to counter McNamara when he's going forward. Let's have a look at shot direction. So yeah, shot zones, action zones. Look at that. The away third, our half third, 34%. Player positions. Again, here we see this quite often. Blackpool packing the middle. And it looks more like we're playing 4-4-2 there, but I think it was supposed to be 3-5-1-1. But it looks like because they're attacking down the left hand side, that's pushed McNamara and Evans back and pushed Hutch forward to try and deal with that. Let's have a look at passing types. So they didn't we outpassed them. They didn't have this is where you can tell them they're not a good team. We've played good teams this season and they have a lot more passes than us. Look here, 415 passes for them, 434 for us. We outpassed them. They did more crosses, 17-12, because they attacked more obviously. 2-1 through balls, 95-97 long balls, 301-324 short passes. They're not a passing team. So they're not a very good team. They're just direct. Well, they went direct in the second half. And they ended up getting the goal that they needed. You can see here with the dribbles. So on the right hand side, they're coming at us. 4-2-1-1-1. Top 5 dribblers was them. Top 4 of the top 5 tacklers was us. Because we're having to deal with him. We're having to do more work defending than they are attacking. So let's get into the details here. You can see, if you look at the top by the club badges, average player rating 7.01 for Blackpool, 6.65 for Millwall. So yeah, they're better than us. The man of the match, according to this stats site, is Keogh with 8.3. When probably had a Phobie in his pocket, because the Phobie score is not very good, 5.9. Mill's defenders, pretty high score, 8.2, 7.1, 7.4, 7.2 for Biakowski, which probably means his kicking was good, because whenever his kicking is good, he gets a score in the 7s. If he doesn't, he gets a score in the 6s. But you can see here 6.1 for Bennett as well. So up front, not very good. So let's start going through this. How many shots did we have and how many did they have? It's a 14-9, and you can see here nearly all of their front 6 having shots. For us, it's our defenders. We're trying to get set piece goals. Bury when he came on there too. Tied with Hutchinson for most. If he would have played the 90 minutes instead of Bennett, would we have scored? Maybe. He's not backwards in coming forwards. Possession wise, we had more possession, 51 to 49. Didn't help us out much, did it? And you can see, so it's Hutchinson 8.7% of the game just for him. Further forward, Mitchell and McNamara. Again, the two youngsters getting their foot on the ball, having the most time on the ball. Mitchell and McNamara. Malone, well, he got taken off, so he didn't. You can't really look at that. We'll see that later. Pass success. Who had better passing? McNamara and Mitchell. Again, the two youngsters. How are they playing better than everyone else? Because it's the Millwall factor, which the fans can see. Which is why we want to play the youngsters. Because the youngsters have something about them that other players don't. They're not mercenaries, they're not professionals. Well, they are, because they're playing professional football. But if you've been at Millwall since you're 8 years old, it's in your blood. It's in your system. If you've got family that are 3rd, 4th, 5th generation Millwall fans, can you have 5th generation? Probably, I don't know. It's in your blood. That's why they play better than the other players. Dribbles 9 to 4, yeah. Aerials 1, pretty even, but we just edged it 40 to 37. But nope, see, so only 3 players on the whole. That was like a aerial battle, wasn't it? Battle of Britain. Only 3 players on the whole pitch didn't win an aerial off the starting 11. Their goalkeeper, their right winger, and Scott Malone. Hutch with 7, Cooper with 7, Wallace with 6. So that's obviously their defensive duty in the air, and obviously going forward as well, where we're trying to score using them. Tackles 7 to 24. Now this is where they get tired. They can't do this much defending. You can't do this much defending and try and win a game. 7 tackles for them. 3 of the defenders didn't even have to make a tackle. What the fuck is that about? You're not even testing them out. Maybe they can't tackle. Maybe find out. Find out if they can tackle. This is players that can attack them. And we've made 24. 24 tackles to their 7. Corners 6 to 2. Malone taking the corners. Why? He's been absolute dog shit this season, Malone. Seriously. Dispossessed 11 to 6. Again, having to take the ball off of them because they're doing it more attacking. Let's switch now to the list, which basically the same stuff we've already seen, but a bit more detail. If we go here and click this, so ratings wise, Hutch 8.15, Murray Wallace, Biakowski, Cooper, all with 7 or more, or Hutch Fate. So I imagine with Hutch, that's because going forward he was a threat as well as defensively. He was done alright. He had 107 touches. Jesus, that's a lot. So they basically let us have the ball, and we just said, no, don't let us have the ball. We need to play on the counter. Billy Mitchell 6.86. Look at this. Tyler Bury when he come on. 6 best player yesterday. Rating. He replaced Mason Bennett, you would assume. Well, either Mason Bennett or George Evans, and he got a higher score than both of them. And a player he come on at the same time as Oliver Burke, 5.97, Tyler Bury 6.63. So when a player comes on and does better than the player they came on for, even though they had less time on the pitch, you know they're good or the player they replaced is not too good. So again, Benicophobe dead last, 5.88. Got beat by all the subs. Even though he was on the pitch for 90 minutes. He was on the pitch for 90 minutes. Barely did anything. And then you've got Oliver Burke, who basically didn't really do anything as well. Got 5.97 in the 30 minutes he was on the pitch. Conor Mahoney got a higher score than him on the 15 minutes he was on the pitch. Not a good day for Benicophobe yesterday. Let's start rolling through some of this. So attacking wise, so shots, we had 7 players having shots or headers or whatever, you know, chances on goal. How many on target? 3. And there's Tyler Berry, 2 and 1, being matched by the attacking prowess of Sean Hutchinson, 2 and 1. Defensively, tackle, there you go, busy. These 3 with 3. Interceptions, again Hutchinson, 6. Very good day for him yesterday. Clearances, Hutch top again, 7. Look at all these players having to clear the ball away from our area, and basically just lumping it up front, and no one's up there. Block shots, again Hutch. Passing wise, who had the most passes? Hutch, Cooper, Murray Wallace, Billy Mitchell, McNamara, Biakowski. And in terms of accuracy, you see Jake Cooper not bad, but Billy Mitchell 40, 82.5 accuracy. Danny McNamara 86, 87 off of 38. Yeah, good stuff. We go down. Okay. Crosses. So Conor Mahoney trying to get things going. 3 crosses in the short time that he was on the pitch. McNamara 2, Malone with 2. Those were the corners, because he took 2 corners. So that's the only crosses he put in, was the 2 corners. Long balls, inaccurate long balls. Yeah, Biakowski, that's not bad for him. Half on the long balls, half accuracy. That's probably why he scored so high. 20 long balls, 11 accurate. Sean Hutchinson 20 and 7. Cooper 17-18. Malone 3 and 2. Okay. Yeah. What do we take out of this from yesterday? Well, the defenders can't defend for too long. You're putting them under too much stress. They'll probably come out of that game with PTSD, the amount of work they've had to do defending, tackling, clearances, aerials, complete bombardment, because Garat completely abdicated the section of the game where you have to attack the opposition until we were losing, and then he brought on Tyler Berry, and the kid he left a phobia on. His phobia was very bad, because there's no one else. He probably would have, before Matt Smith would have probably come on for a phobia. Matt Smith's gone now. So did you know? So someone said on Twitter, I think it was on Twitter on one of the forums, that was our worst start in 73 years. Worst start to the year, the new year, in 73 years. Now, I haven't gone through every year. I don't have the time or the inclination. But I did go back to this year, and I think they're talking about this year, which is 1947 and 1948 season. This is from millwallhistory.org.uk, a fan-run statistics site from Gaza. I don't know if you know him, on the House of Fun. And this is it. This is the season I think they were talking about. Now, I don't know if there's another season between this one and today where we're so bad, But let's have a look at today. So today we are, where are we? We're here. So yeah, every game this year, 2022, Annus Horribilis, 4 defeats this year in 2022. This is horrible. This is probably worse than COVID, to be honest with you. At least we won games under COVID. Couldn't really go anywhere. You're locked in your house, lockdown, no work. But this is worse. Millwall losing 4 games in a row. Oh my god. Now, let's go back and have a look at the game here. The season here. So let's have a look. If you go on the left hand side and go down to number 24, game 24 of the season. 1st of January 1948. We lost 2-0 to Chesterfield. Then we lose 6-0 to Cardiff. And then in the FA Cup, we lose 2-1 to Preston North End. Then we lose to Bradford Park Avenue, which is not Bradford United or Bradford City. It's a different team than Bradford City. It's Bradford Park Avenue, a team that no longer exists. We lost 1-0 to them. And then the last day of January, we lose 5-2 to Nottingham Forest. And then we managed to scrape a win at home to Doncaster. And then we lose the next 2, 5-1, 7-1. So we lose every game in the month of January. And if you add on that, if you look to game 23, the 27th of December 1947, we lose to Birmingham 1-0. We ended up losing 6 games in a row. The first 5 games of the year in 2022. Now, guess what happened this season? Scroll down and have a look here. So you can see the goal scorers. Now again, the top scorer those season was Willie Hurrell with 7. Ron Mansfield with 7. You got Viv Woodward 6. And Jimmy Jinks with 6. So again, like this season, don't have a standout goal scorer. No one into double figures, which all very familiar. And here is the final table of the season. We finished bottom of the league. We scored 44 goals in 42 games, pretty similar to this season. Yeah, and we get relegated. This is Division 2, so there's a lot of big teams here. Just historically and currently as well. Leeds, Leicester, Tottenham, West Brom, West Ham, Cardiff, Sheffield Wednesday, Southampton, Newcastle, Birmingham. A lot of big teams in this league. We come back after the war, struggling to get a decent team together, and we end up getting relegated. If you look up here as well, so again, worst start to the year, 1948. Gary Rowett, if we lose to West Bromwich Albion on next Saturday, he's equalled the record, losing every game at the start of the year in the January of the start of a new year. That's what he's done. He's a Millwall record holder if we lose that game. I just wanted to bring to you note. So that's game 31. If you look at that, the Bury game at home, we lose 7-1. Look where they finished. They finished just above relegation zone. We lost 7-1 at home to a team that finished just above the relegation zone. And that's what we could be looking at, because we've got to play some teams just above the relegation zone. Game that I'm really worried about coming up is, you can see here, not the Fulham game, the Fulham away game. How many goals are we going to lose that by? I think our record defeat is 9-1. Recent defeat 6-0 to Rotherham. That springs to mind. How bad is it going to be? And what will happen if we do get hammered in that game? Will changes be made? Will Rowett go? Will he get sacked? What's happening? and then we have to play teams that are just above the relegation zone. And I showed you this in yesterday's video. I said, where are we going to get the 5 wins we need to stay up? And I can't see us getting it until we get to April. And that's not... But if we still haven't got the points we need to stay up by April, we're in a relegation fight. And I can't see how, like, they're trying to bring one more attacker in. Putting one more attacker into this system isn't going to do anything, because the system is complete fucking dog shit. You can't stress out the defenders by trying to defend for 70 minutes of a game. You're just killing them. And they played, you see on the ratings there, they played well. Hutchinson played well, Cooper played well, Bukowski played well. They can't stop every single attack when all you do is defend. So there you go. That's the Mill situation. Now I just wanted to mention something else as well. I've already clicked on it. This here, Jimmy Abdu, tomorrow. He's in probably biggest game of his career. Well, internationally. Cameroon versus Comoros. Now, you do not adjust your sets. What you seeing there is true. They are 40-1 to win that game. 12-1 to get a draw in a 3-horse race. They are 12-1 to draw, 40-1 to win that game. Now, there's been a bit of funny business so far in this African Nations Cup. There's a referee who blew up after 85 minutes. And then he blew up again. They told him, what? You're blowing up too early, carry on. And he blew up early again. So that's a big pot of money to be tempting a couple of people. Maybe the bent referee, or even the goalkeeper of Cameroon. I don't know. But well, here's the thing. If I was a Cameroon player, I would tell all my friends and family, bet on the draw, play out a draw, and just smash Comoros in the extra time. And the reason why they are so high a price is the situation that we're facing here. They haven't got a goalkeeper. Yeah, they don't have a goalkeeper. So the goalkeeper got injured in the last game. Had to go off. And Andre Ayew smashed him. Got a red card for that. And the 2 other keepers they got COVID. And a couple of other players have got COVID as well. 2 defenders, 2 midfielders and a forward. And the coach has got it as well. But they've been told you've got 11. If you have 11 fit players, you have to play. Just stricter than freaking EFL. So they have 11 players. Even if they don't have any subs, you got to play on. And here's the thing: if you want to see how this game turns out, it's going to be on BBC Sport. Hopefully, Jimmy Abdu gets a game. I think he started 1 game so far. He's getting on a bit. I think he's like 37, 38. Still playing in the French 4th division or something. Here you go. It's on Sky Bet, Sky Sports Premier League. It's also on BBC Red Button, BBC iPlayer, BBC Sport website as well. So Jimmy Abdu not done out yet, but can you imagine how if Cameroon did try a bit of funny business to try and play for the draw because they all had money on it, and then Comoros ended up winning that game? That would be absolute craziness. And it is African football, so craziness is not out of the question, but we'll see. Let's watch it tomorrow. Cheer on Jimmy Abdu. And forget about how shit our own fucking team's playing. And remember the days when Jimmy Abdu was playing for Millwall and we actually won some games. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.